Hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tiana, and in today's video I have a super exciting bag review for y'all. So for Christmas, a replica company that has sent me things in the past sent me a Dior saddle bag. So I just basically got to pick whatever I wanted from their website, and that was a little Christmas present. So shout out to them, and I'm gonna have this bag and the seller linked in the description box below. But I would say very highly rated in my opinion. They shipped this super quickly and it came in perfect condition. I have already started using it because I just wanted to, you know, try it out, see what fits in it and how I was liking it before I put it on my channel for y'all to see. But before I get into it, definitely subscribe and then follow me on Instagram and TikTok as well. But before I do the what's in my purse and bag review, I'm just gonna give you an overview of what the Dior saddle bag looks like. So I got it in the black grained, I think it's grained calfskin, because they have it in this like smooth leather, and I have a smooth leather that's like YSL and it gets scratched up so easily, so I definitely prefer something with a bit of texture. It's a little bit more durable, but this is what it looks like up close. It has this little magnet thing that kind of just like shuts, but here's the side. I love the Christian Dior little hardware, and the D at the bottom is super cute. And then this is what the back of the bag looks like. It has this external pocket, and it's like a pretty decent sized pocket. Honestly, I don't have anything in there, but I could probably put like a chapstick or like some cash for like tipping and stuff. So that's what it looks like. And then here's it from the front, and this is what it looks like when I'm carrying it on my shoulder. I use this bag for New Year's Eve when I went out because I was wearing like a little black dress. So I definitely think it's the perfect going out bag size. And honestly, like, I'm super glad that a replica company offered to send me this, because I wouldn't want to spend, I think it's $3,000 for the actual like Dior one, because it's a very like trendy bag. I would say this bag, it's not like a classic shape that's gonna be in style forever. I would say the Dior saddle, like it was in style in I think like the 90s or something, and then it was like not in style anymore, and it's making a reappearance. But this isn't something that I would be like, oh yeah, like let me invest in that, because it's not, you know, it's not like a Chanel, it's not YSL, it's not a Louis Vuitton. It's very much like something that's in style for now, and then I feel like it'll go out of style and then come back. So it's definitely nice to have the option to spend way less money on it than, you know, like $3 grand, because that's just kind of a big commitment for a purse. So anyway, now that I've given y'all an overview, I'm just gonna show you the box that it came in. So they sent me this around Christmas time. I had it underneath my tree, and it's just so pretty. The packaging is honestly A1, and then in the bag, or in the box, we have this dust bag. It says Dior, and then some like authenticity cards and stuff. It even has like this little thing that looks kind of like a credit card. But I was very impressed. It was like wrapped up. It had some stuffing inside so that it wouldn't lose its shape. And then all of the hardware had like a little bit of plastic on it. There's like still some tiny plastic pieces, but I just need to go ahead and like remove them later. Like if you can see that. They really did a good job at wrapping the hardware so that it wouldn't have any scratches on it. But that is it for like the unboxing portion, and now I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all what I like to keep in here, because this is definitely my designated going out purse, I would say, just because, you know, like since it is a replica, I'm not scared of, you know, spilling stuff on it, or like if it gets a little scratched, because I did have like, I used my YSL Lulu as my going out bag, and that one, like my parents got me that for Christmas, like they paid for that, and every time like it gets scratched, it's just like honestly annoying and like sad, because the bag was almost $3,000. So I would say if you're looking for a going out purse, like definitely a replica would be the way to go, and specifically like this company. So just keep that in mind. But usually I'll obviously like have my phone in there. This is the iPhone, I think 14 Pro Max, and it does fit in there perfectly. So this is basically what it's always containing. So I'll just go ahead and show you my going out essentials. But when you open it up, when you take out the phone, and then I have my going out lip combo in here. So that would be my Lolita liquid lipstick, and then the Dior lip glow oil in the shade Mahogany. This is like a really nice lip combination. It stays on forever because it's a liquid lipstick. And then I always have hand sanitizer. This one's just from Bath and Body Works. It's like strawberry scented. I have some migraine medicine. Can't leave the house without that. I've never really had to use it while I've been out, but it's just like nice to have it with me. And then I have like a different migraine medicine that's like milder, so we have that. Hand cream. Hand cream is super important to me because I just like to feel hydrated and moisturized. I always have my Louis Vuitton key pouch in there. So this is basically just my wallet. I don't really have the need for like a wallet because I don't carry cash. I just have like my keys attached, and then like my driver's license and my cards and stuff. Oh my god, I have a slip satin scrunchie. I get these on Amazon. You get 6 for like 40 bucks, which is a bit astounding, but let me tell you, these are the best scrunchies that you'll ever have. And then I think, yeah, that's like it. But we have a tiny little pocket back here, and I just have one tiny little like headache medicine in there, just because, you know, I always like to make sure I have everything I might possibly need. So overall, I would say, yeah, it's like the perfect size for a going out bag because it has enough space to fit everything, but it's not like bulky. So really nice. And then this is what it looks like all empty. I think it's kind of interesting how it has like, it's the saddle shape, like, you know, like a horse saddle, but then it has these kind of two, like, I don't know what you would call that, but there's like two sides for it. And then this is what the interior looks like. I think it's suede probably. Yeah, it's like a suede interior. And then I'm just a really big fan of the grained calfskin because this can go out and like kind of get tossed around and still look brand new, in my opinion. But, you know, nice detailing on the hardware. Everything looks super crisp, and I like the little magnetic closure just so that it has something to keep this top flap down. But yeah, that is it. So there's my little chapstick that I put in there. But overall, I would say this bag for me gets like a 10 out of 10. The seller also gets a 10 out of 10. Super good at communicating. They shipped it super quickly and it came in perfect condition. So honestly, I cannot complain. But I just want to say thank you so much to them for the little Christmas present. Very much appreciated, and I hope that you guys have enjoyed this video. So, you know, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. But that is all for today, so I will see y'all next time.
Straps were already attached onto the bag, so I was like, no, I already know this is a return. I can tell, so I was like, nope, I already know I'm not gonna keep it. And then, you know, it has that, you know, dent in it, and it was also made in the USA, so that is the reason why at first I did say I'm not so picky, but at the same time I've had some, every time if I look at an item and it's made in the USA, there's always major flaws with it, or even minor flaws, I meant. So this one was made in France, and that made me so happy when I opened it and I saw it, and I was like, okay, I examined it. I examined every inch of it. I looked at every little, you know, stitching and all that, the bottom and stuff like that. I was like trying to see if there's any little indentations, and I was happy to see that it was made in France. And when I opened the bag up, I love the red interior, and the straps and the lock and the keys and the clochette are still bagged up. And the keys and the lock is still all wrapped up nicely in this little box. So it made me really happy when I saw that it was still, you know, all bagged up really nice. And I'm really glad that this one, this time, came perfect. I have not found anything that I do not like about it, so let's pray I don't. But when I looked at it, everything seemed fine. It looks to be in good condition.
Mark. The Chanel hot stamping is on the pocket, and this one is should be underneath the embroidered CC, with Chanel on one side and the Made in origin on the opposite side. But the biggest giveaway for me was the serial sticker. Serial stickers of this style bag does not appear on a separate leather tab like this. And usually it's found in the bottom left hand corner. Also, this is the incorrect style number for this style of bag. According to this style of bag, it's a 10 prefix with an 8 digit. This dates it back to 2005 and 2006, which I know that this style of model of bag was not available then. Now, if we compare this to the real version, we'll open it up. The lining sits flat and sits flushed as well. The Chanel hot stamping is just under the CC embroidered logo, with Chanel one side and the Made in on the opposite side. And the serial sticker is clearly visible on the bottom left hand corner. Now this bag, the serial sticker begins with the 0 prefix with the 7 digits, which I can confirm this is correct, as the lady who previously owned this bag, she told me she bought it back in 1988. And I think the 7-inch classic of this particular style was around from 1988 to 1998. So it was around for 10 years, and to my knowledge, I know it's currently discontinued, so it's not even available now. A good way to check is to visit Chanel's own website and checking their icons range to see all the current models and all the sizes. So just to recap, the top 5 things to look out for is: number 1, the quality of the leather. Does it feel like leather? Number 2, the stitch.
Had an authentic, I think it would have been a little bit awkward to wear it as crossbody. So I thought that was really interesting. So that's the biggest giveaway that of a replica, of my replica. So I'm showing you the chain. You can see, I don't know if you can see, but you can feel and touch the thickness of the leather. Again, that's the biggest difference. And if you look at it side by side, on the side, from the side, authentic one on the gold chain is a little bit more curvier. It has a more S shape. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's, again, very minor difference. It's hard to tell. You can see the chain length is that much different. And this is another Chanel bag of hers, medium flap. Again, sitting quite up high on my waist. So I don't know if any of the Chanel collections has had longer chain length on the medium flap, but mine is longer. So here I'm showing you the difference between the caviar leather on the authentic Chanels. One on the left is a rectangular mini, and one on the right is a medium flap. You can see even on the same caviar leather, there are different texture, there are different batches of leather. So this is a rectangular mini in yellow. You can see all 3 has a little bit different from each other, even though they're all caviar leather. Here, I'm showing you the dust bag or handbag cleaner that comes in Chanel. I thought that was cute. Did you know that only classic Chanels come in the white dust bag with the Coco Chanel drawn on it, and all the other lines come in a black dust bag? I thought that was interesting. Alright, thank you for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!